A big week for Formula One. A few liveries have been revealed, a few cars are out on the tracks, and we've got the first pre-season test on the 26th. This week in racing's been huge, so let's bloody talk about it. So we've got the first pre-season test in Barcelona. Ferrari are taking this chance to make sure the electronics on the car actually work, and let's hope they do, but it is Ferrari. Meanwhile, over at the Red Bull camp, they're going extremely aggressive. Red Bull plan to go hard from the day one to get a head start on their development and upgrade path for the 2026 season. So two very different strategies, but we'll see how each one plays out. Speaking of that Barcelona test, Williams are set to skip the entire thing due to chassis issues. According to reports, Williams are having a bit of trouble hitting that new minimum weight and confirmed just a few days ago they'd be skipping the entire test. A repeat of 2019? Well, who knows, but this isn't the only pre-season test that's surrounded in controversy. The second pre-season test in Bahrain, which is supposed to be the first public test, will only have the final hour of each day actually broadcasted live to TV networks. As you can imagine, fans are, well, pretty bloody pissed. What's the point of having a public test with sponsors if we can't, well, watch it? It was probably Sky Sports' fault. It's not actually, but it's just easy to blame Sky Sports. Now let's talk about paint jobs. At the time of recording, we've had about half the grid reveal their paint jobs. We've had Red Bull, Racing Bulls, Mercedes, Haas, Alpine, and of course the HP F1 team, Ferrari. With more reveals to come after the pre-season test, it's an exciting time to be a Formula One fan. Now let's put a pause on the Formula One talk, head over to Germany and talk about the Nurburgring. The Nordschleife. That one. Max Verstappen's racing team is set to appear at the Nurburgring 24 in an AMG GT3 after Toto Wolff convinced him to swap from Ferrari at the end of last year. Now that 24-hour race is set for May 14th, but Toto has requested a 24-hour delay, which could be to boost Verstappen's chance of appearing at the race. If Verstappen actually does race in the 24 hours of Nürburgring, it would be insane. The crowds will be huge. They actually might need to build a few more grandstands. They might have to deforest it too to build those grandstands. Now going back to Formula One, there's some posts about Lewis Hamilton, and according to these posts, Lewis Hamilton is going to retire if he doesn't like the SF26 in the pre-season testing. The source? Just trust me, bro. This isn't happening. There is no reputable source to believe that this is true, and Hamilton said he wants to do the season. He shows no intent to retire before the season starts. It'll mostly come down to how he goes this season and if someone will actually give him a seat next year. Because honestly, Ollie Behrman's looking pretty good to take his seat. Yeah, don't believe everything you read on the internet, kids. But you can believe me, because I'm the Aussie F1 guy. Now, since we're getting close to the Australian Grand Prix, the first race of the season, I'll give you a quick update on the one rule change for the 2026 qualifying format. At the end of Q1 and 2, we usually see 5 cars removed, but now we'll be seeing 6 because quick maths, then Q3 will end with a top 10 shootout. Otherwise, we'll have 2 cars left over and it'll be a top 12 shootout, and that just doesn't sound as good. Anyway, that's all the big news over the last few weeks. I hope you've enjoyed these last 2 long-form videos, and I hope to keep doing this. If you'd like to support my Formula One, make sure you drop a follow, subscribe, or if you want to pay me to do this stuff, the Patreon is in the description. I do love money.